Today we want to speak about the causes for painless swelling in our feet or legs. That's also called edema. And we will show you what you can do to help your body coping with this issue. Now first I will go into the exercises, and then later I will tell you more about the whole theme. So let's just go on the first exercise. That's called shaking the legs in the air. For that we lay on the rebounder, put the hands under our head and bring the legs up so that the feet are pointing towards the ceiling. You relax the calves and the ankles and you start shaking them vigorously. Okay, then come to a standstill. We put both hands around the left ankle and then gently move them down towards the knee. We give a massage and just a little bit of pressure so that feels good. And then we do the same thing with the other leg. And then again, we take the hands around the left ankle and now press both hands slightly together, open them, and while coming down 1 inch at a time, press again. It's a bit like squeezing out toothpaste. And then the other foot. That's it. With that, we help the lymph fluid to move towards our heart. Then let's just go in the next movement. That is called toe, point and flex. Place both feet on the ground and then lift your left leg and stretch it over you. Stretch the left leg up and then point with your toe to the ceiling and then flex. And we alternate that, point, flex. We do it 5 times. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and the last time, point, flex. Okay. And then we take the other foot up to the point, really stretch and flex, and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and a last time, point, flex. Very good. And now we do the Beetle on the back. Some of you know that exercise already. So you bring the feet in the air. You can put the arms again under your neck, and then stretch the feet to the ceiling and bounce your butt. While doing that, you relax the calf muscles. Make sure that the calf muscles are free. They just should be like cradled in the air. Okay, great. Now you come on a sitting position and sit on the edge of the rebounder. That's a preparation for the next exercise. So now you lift one foot up on the toe and you imagine you have a spring here under the foot. See, here is a spring, and this spring is propelling your foot forward, so forward in that direction, and up here. So it's like joop, 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 exactly. And do it, joop, and again, joop, and spring makes boing, and boing, and boing. Now come in a nice bounce, and the feet are parallel on the mat. Lift the arms to the sides and accelerate the bounce so that the foot leaves the mat. Now the heel first, and only the tip of the toes stay in contact with the mat or leave the mat a little bit. What is important is that the foot is fully extended, so that the toe is pointing down towards the mat. And that's the way how we pump the lymphatic fluid back in our body through the calves. That's it, exactly. Okay, And then we come in the sixth movement. It's called right bouncing, left and right bouncing, tip to toe. Now we come in a very gentle bouncing, and again you put the arms on the side to stabilize you. And now our left foot becomes a stable foot. You can even go a little bit softer. Left foot becomes the stable foot, and the right foot rolls up the heel to the toe, so that at its highest point only the tip of the toe is in contact with the mat. And again the foot is in full extension. That's it, full extension. And I will come a little bit closer so that we see that. Top and top and top, top. Very good. Now we'll show you how not to do it. You don't want to break the arch at your foot, so you don't want to, Tim Stephen, do it in slow motion, please. So we don't want to break here, and just stand like that for a moment. We don't want to break here. I come from the side, you see here. We don't want to break at that point. What we want is to completely lift up so that we are on the highest point of the toe, like a ballet dancer. Okay, great. Thank you, Tim Stephen. Yeah. Now you change the foot, and the right foot becomes the stable leg, and roll up the left foot heel to toe, like we did it before with the other foot. Exactly. And you do that as long as you feel comfortable with it, you know? So in the beginning, when you start these exercises, you do it a little bit, and then you do it more and more and more, but always stay in your comfort zone. Okay, so that is this one. And now we do it with both feet together. That means alternating left and right. So come into a left-right bounce, and the feet are rolling up like before, one time the left and one time the right foot. And again, think about the springs under your feet. It's like a little horsey. Up and point and point and point. This exercise is an excellent lymph pump, and it really uses the calf muscles to pump the lymph fluid from the legs back towards your heart. Okay, so far the exercises, and now let's go into the theory. Thank you, Tim Stephen.
You're very welcome.
The idea for today's show has been brought to me by a friend who showed me her ankles, which were swollen, and she asked me what she could do about it. And I then thought I should do a TV show, because she's probably not the only one concerned. A lot of people have these swollen ankles. Very often it's the ankles, sometimes it's the upper foot, the thighs, or the calves. It's usually in the low part of the body, because gravity brings the lymph fluid down, and then if there's nothing which pumps it up, then it gets stuck down in our lower part of the body. There are definitely more than one reason for this called edemas, and I just want to tell you some of them. It could come from prolonged standing, injury or surgery, being overweight, blockage of the lymph nodes in the legs. Swollen legs may also be a sign for weakness in the heart or the kidney or the liver, and they also could come from hormones like estrogen, blood pressure medicine, steroids, and antidepressants. So all these kind of things could be the cause. You might need to see a doctor to really get clarity if you don't find a help with these exercises. And specifically, if you have the following problems, you should see a doctor. If you feel short of breath, if you have chest pain, especially if it feels like pressure or tightness, if you had fever, if you're pregnant and have more than just a mild swelling or have a sudden increase in swelling, if you have decreased urine output, if you have a history of liver disease and now have swelling in your legs or abdomen, if you have swollen feet or legs which are red or warm at touch. In these cases you should see a doctor right away. There's also one thing to think of is you might want to reduce the salt intake, because salt is also holding liquid back in your body. So I hope that could give you some ideas what you can do. I hope you're doing fine and you're getting better and better every week. I see you next Friday. Bounce in good health.